Snakes.
Yes, snakes. And on that note, hello everyone. Welcome to Drink and Draw with the Doodle Crew. Hey, you guys. I'm so happy you're here. Yeah. I'm sorry. There's a little bit of frazzle because we had some tech issues, but it seems to be working now, and we're going to go with it as long as it lets us. And if not, then hey, we're already drinking. So that works well. So
that solves everything.
It solves everything. Yeah. This is Drink and Draw. It is up to you if you want to partake in either of those things, and you are obviously not required to actually drink booze. I have chosen to, which I'm glad I started for the tech issues. So I have in my gigantic glass, I have mimosa. So I'm getting, it's basically like a breakfast health drink. So I'm very excited about it. But yeah, excited to have you guys here. Excited to do some midday drawing with the Doodle Crew. So as usual, we're going to send it around because we have a new face. New face today. I know.
Am I the new face?
You're the new face. You are. So, hey, Joey, who are you and where can people find you and what do you do?
Hi, I'm Joey. I am a freelance artist and illustrator. You can find my work at Joey Schichtel Art on Instagram. That's a rough one. Let me put it in the chat, you guys. That's SCHICH. I can't even spell it. I haven't drunk anything yet, and I can't spell, so that looks right.
All of us.
But that's all to change soon. But if you start following me, you'll be kept in the loop. I draw cute things and sexy things.
Sometimes at the same time.
Sometimes at the same time. But they're not mutually exclusive. Yes.
This is true. Hey, and you've also got a new, it's not a podcast, I guess just a new stream that you're doing?
Yeah, it's kind of like a podcast. We just add video in. But yeah, we do my friend Hunter and I do a show called Slaying Dragons in the Morning. You can find us on Twitch and YouTube every Thursday. We just talk pop culture and D&D. We're adding some extra content to that as well. We're doing some video game playthroughs, and we've got some RPG live plays coming up. So some fun things going on over there. Appreciate it if you check it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and what episode 6, I think. Yes, maybe.
Yeah, over. We're at like 9. I think we're gonna do 10 this week. So
yeah, I was gonna say you guys have been killing it. Episode 6 was the one where you asked for D&D stories.
Yes, yeah.
So I got to shout out that one because I got to share a D&D story, or at least
you did. That segment was really good. You should go check out episode 6 at least.
You should. Well, it's got a great guest too. So yeah, really fun. No, it's very fun, and you and Hunter are fun. So
thanks.
Definitely check that one out.
Also, I am drinking as well to start the day. I've got some Kentucky bourbon in a green cup to celebrate the day. So
heck yeah. Yes, absolutely. Slaying dragons in the morning. 100% Nicole. And it makes me happy every single time. So yeah, that's awesome. No, you guys are doing great. So Sarah, returning Doodle Crew person, who are you? What are you working on? And where can people find you?
I'm Sarah Will. I'm a multimedia artist. Hopefully working on a new board game soon. Working on getting a grant through work to make a science video game or tabletop game. So fingers crossed. Yeah. Usually illustrations, comics, all the things.
All the things. All the things.
Yes. My tea has Irish cream in it, not Bailey's. I like Carolyn's better. It's cheaper and tastes better. Sorry, Bailey's.
That is okay. All of the different drinking is encouraged and allowed. I do also have my gigantic water bottle here, and I will try to make sure that I'm also hydrating as well as dehydrating. So, yeah. Oh, that's okay, Paul. I'll drink extra just for you. But yeah, my thought is, if I drink a whole bunch at noon, then by like 5 o'clock when I need to start doing more work, I'll be sobered up and, be able to work on other stuff. So basically, crushing it as an adult is really what I'm saying. But yeah, it's good.
mean,
so
dinner.
I mean, why do you think mimosas and Bloody Marys exist?
right? I get classy day drunk. It's fine. But yeah, you want to see art from when I was not intoxicated? You should definitely check out. So we are at Doodle Crew Draw across the internet, in Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, as well as all of the broadcasts that end up over on my YouTube page. If you search me, I am a swan named Emily, so you can find it there. I usually also repost all of that stuff. But awesome, Mayor Squish, I cannot say your name today, Nicole. Who's in chat is making sure that all of the great art that gets created on stream ends up in those posts. So if you do miss us or don't watch the full thing, you can check out the art that we create afterward. And then usually the artists themselves are tagged in that as well. So you can follow them. But yeah, definitely give the artists a follow because we've got some really cool people doing really cool stuff. So switching over to what we're doing today. So I did say drink and draw. And then to give it a little bit more flair, we're doing the alcoholic drinks as characters. So this was open-ended. You guys can pick whichever ones you want. I settled on, I think I'm going to do Tequila Sunrise and Lime Ricky. They were ones I had as like backups from last time we did this prompt. But I think this was originally a prompt from Guardian Randy. So Randall, who is also part of the Doodle Crew. So this was his shout out, and I enjoyed it so much. And I figured since we were drinking anyways, we should do that. So chat, as we've got two artists who are working on screens that I'll switch over to, definitely shout at me and make sure I switch over so you can see what these lovely people are drawing. You'll already see my stuff. So yeah, but questions or anything, hit us up. The last Doodle Crew was a little bit more serious. We talked about what tools we used. So we had an actual, like, not just a drinking conversation, but that was fun. I think we got derailed too. And also, as is the case with this episode and previous episodes, you've got some Art Institute of Pittsburgh alumni hanging out and drawing again. So you can tell where my friends are and where I found them. So, but I actually didn't meet Joey at school. I met Joey later on the Comic-Con circuit. Yeah. So, good morning. Slaying Dragons.
Both art. It's so many. There's so many people that, like, after I graduated, I was like, oh yeah, me too.
Yep. Well, I'm pretty sure at like that first convention that you and I, or at least one of the first ones I did at the Elks Lodge, like I feel like we got talking about teachers or something, and I was like, someone was mentioning having like a really tough teacher or something. It's like, yeah, I had one too, and like saying specifics. I was like, wait, did you have a professor? And like, yeah. Did you go to the school? I was like, yeah. It was a whole thing. So, yeah. But yeah, I had set these to originally be two different sketches, but I think I might slam them together and not mix them together. That'd be gross, but yeah.
You never know till you try it.
Yeah, but I feel like the orange lime, like Tequila Sunrise with the orange and the cherry would be good with the lime, but I don't think I'd like the, what is it, gin and tequila mixed together. Sounds like a really bad idea. I mean, I've made really bad idea decisions about that, but yeah. Maybe once the world is open again, I'll go to the bar and be like, excuse me, this is what I'd like. And they'll be like, okay. Are you sure?
You just order them separately and then ask for a third glass.
And watch the horror as I'm standing at the bar and I'm just like, the bartender's like, what are you doing? Like, it's fine. I got this. It's fine.
Give me one of those big fish bowls that they serve like the party drinks in.
Those are probably a thing of the past.
Yeah, we're never going to see those again. They've gone the way of buffets.
You're not wrong. I mean, I would have one all to myself. Like, part of that is just the experience of carrying a drink. I mean, well, I have really small hands, so many drinks require me to carry them with two hands. But like that, just like it's a whole thing, and there's a lot of fruit. And I realize that usually they're super watered down. There's not actually a lot of alcohol in them, but like, yeah, at some point I want to do that, even if it's just me and not sharing. But oh man, maybe I will. Oh, Joey, remind me, were you in the animation program or were you in graphic design?
So I started in animation,
Okay.
and then I moved over to graphic design when I decided that I was more into comic books than I was into animating.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was one of my... I was so sure animation was my thing, and I didn't actually realize, I think, the accessibility of comics, or I would have maybe looked into like Savannah
Right.
School of Art and Design that actually had a like sequential illustration degree. But
Right. Like at that point, I was too dug in to want to go somewhere else.
Right.
Because I had already put in like a year. So when I decided to switch, I didn't want to like pick up and move again after just reestablishing myself. So
yeah. To your question, Slaying Dragons in the AM, we are drawing alcoholic drinks as characters.
Emily announced her beverages.
I did.
I picked 3 that sounded like names that were also alcoholic. Bailey's, Jameson, and Guinness.
Ooh.
Inspired by a dog I met once named Guinness, who was awesome.
That's a great name for a dog.
Well, I last night, Slaying Dragons in the AM can confirm this. I was like, what cocktail sounds most like a Pokemon? So I settled on Mai Tai for that.
Oh, that's good.
And then I feel like I would be remiss if I didn't do Sex on the Beach.
This is true. That's kind of, I feel like that kind of plays to your wheelhouse. Look good. Yeah, I think it's... Oh, go ahead.
The next drink and draw, we should drink the drinks that we're drawing.
That we're drawing, yeah.
Yeah. Getting a lot of beer.
Just a whole lot of rum.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I didn't decide I was doing mimosa as far as drink until today. But I don't have a clear vision in that one in my head for that character. But maybe I'll kick that around.
Is it just a New Jersey housewife?
Yeah, but she'd be fun. That's a character on its own right there.
Then you could also do a hobo mimosa, which is a Miller High Life mixed with orange juice.
Oh my god, that's funny. I used to really like Miller High Life. Like, it's not a bad beer.
It's just you got to mix it with some orange juice.
Yeah.
All they have is the pulpy one.
Oh no!
Oh, I hate it. I hate pulpy orange juice. I cannot do it. Oh no, I hate it. At no point in my life have I ever desired to chew my orange juice.
That was going to be my question. You don't want to chew your drink?
I don't. No, other drinks, yes. Like, if you want to actually put like orange slices in it that I have to chew, like Blue Moon type stuff, totally down with that. But like, I don't know. Like, it was even before I got braces, I didn't like it. But once you get braces, like, to get pulp out of your brace, no, because then you're literally, you've got the toothpaste on your toothbrush. You're like, this is gonna be really bad. This is gonna be bad. I don't want any of this. Oh, good call, Soapbox Klotz. So he says New Jersey housewife, so Wanda Maximoff. Not wrong. I mean, yes, I'm totally down to draw some WandaVision. I enjoyed it greatly.
Oh, I know what I can do. Let's make these cherries little space buttons.
Heck yes. All Agnes all the time. Make it so. Like, seriously, Catherine Hahn killing it in that role. Ugh, so good.
I just saw Randy's icon come up, and I was naming my layers like a crazy person. And it just made me think of how we talked in the one live stream about not obsessively naming layers. I can't not do it.
So I've definitely needed to do it recently, and I have been doing such a poor job at it. Like, I will go in later, and I was like, and I've got like a bunch of little different effects or a bunch of different characters or all this stuff happening on all these different layers. And I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you making so much more work for yourself?
It's usually around layer 50 or so where I'm like, damn, I should have named my layers.
I knew I forgot something. Yep.
It was like I saw his profile image as the moment I am typing in the word pants. My pants color layer. Very important.
Nope, not like that. Yes. So Soapbox Clot says, I love all the Agnes memes where she's responsible for all the bad stuff on the internet now. And yes, Randy, they are such good memes. And that face, like just that like face is my favorite. It makes me so happy. But I'm very curious because it's this week? Is it this week that Falcon and Winter Soldier come out, or is it next week?
I want to say this week, but I'm not 100%
time isn't
sure.
Real.
Yeah, like who knows what time is? Not me.
It got, well, I mean, I don't want to say it got. It's been bad. But now that I have had different work things through the weekend, and then like sometimes my day off is Monday or Tuesday, like literally no concept of what the actual day of the week is, and have to like obsessively look at my calendar throughout the day because I'm just like, wait, is it Thursday? No, it's Monday. Wait, no, is it Tuesday? I don't know. Oh, yes, we're getting confirmation. Yes, this week, this Friday. Hi, Raging Lady Boner. Welcome. So Soapbox Cloud says, yes, I'm excited for some buddy cop nonsense. I am so excited. And and Randall says, if you haven't watched yet, Assembled on Disney Plus is a good behind the scenes look at WandaVision. That's good to know. Thank you. No, they had such great chemistry in the movies. Like, I'm very excited. I think it's going to be fun. So now, Joey, are you still working game shop stuff?
I am at GameStop now, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Switched up during, right after I came back from unemployment. I decided to, just because the hours weren't there, really. So I needed something where I could get some more hours.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And I feel like against all odds, like the GameStops in our area are actually still doing decent business. So
yeah, I mean, we're
not a bad thing.
I mean, if we could actually get the new consoles, that would be something.
Not wrong.
Those things, man. I don't know. I don't know if we're ever going to see the new consoles.
I would be very curious to see oh god, this is how I know I'm old. Jeepers. I'd be very curious to see the difference in like release date numbers as far as sales, and if just because like everybody is home and has more time and like also their kids are home, like if there was like you talk about like Animal Crossing and how many copies of that sold last year because literally everybody in the early stages of quarantine and the Switch had been out for a bit. Like I don't think that game does as well. Does it not drop at literally the perfect moment?
Yeah. No, it blew up for sure. Like I know I rushed out and grabbed a copy before the lockdown. Because I was like, well, I'm not gonna have anything to do, so better get a new game.
Yeah.
And that's like I haven't ever played an Animal Crossing before.
Nope, that was my first one.
That one.
I also did not have a Switch at the time, so I ended up not getting a Switch until I think July. Yeah, I got it for my birthday. So then I got Animal Crossing after that and was, solidly 3 to 4 months behind everybody. But yes, so Soapbox Class says stonks, which is just fun to say. What's the down low on cheap Switch games? I have no information about anything because my brain is full. But I did just download and buy then download Hollow Knight, which I have heard from multiple people. It's so pretty. It's so fun. I'm so bad at it. Like
it's super hard.
Start again and like be like, no, I know how to play games. I swear. No, I'm having fun. Although I did get really. Again, this is how you can tell I've not been playing, we'll say, really challenging games for a bit. Like I died at one point because I'm an idiot. And I lost all of essentially my money. And I was like, son of a bitch, I lost all my money. And I got like really upset about it. And I'm like, Emily, you are literally 15 minutes into the game. Maybe chill. Maybe just chill a little. So yeah. But no, it's gorgeous. And I give credit to a couple of people who recommended it to me because they were literally like fun game mixed with almost like Studio Ghibli style, and just like it's dark but it's not horror, and I was like, that's smart. I appreciate that because I won't play a horror game, but no, it was a totally good call, and kudos to everybody who recommended it. I'm already having fun, so yeah, it's so pretty. And I've been, because I think I'd gotten talking about, I've been playing Child of Light for the Switch, which I didn't realize it was a port over game. It had been released a few years ago for, I think, PlayStation and Xbox. But the Switch version is really good. And it is literally like playing a watercolor fairy tale book. Like all of the dialogue is all written in like rhyming couplets, which is super fun. But yeah, like it just like it's literally just like a bleed fade, but like it looks like you essentially like put your paintbrush full of paint onto your water and it absorbed into all of that. And it's really fun. And it's got a really neat combat system, which once you understand it, super fun. Again, I'm real dumb. I did not understand it at the start. I'm like, what am I doing? But now that I get it, I'm good at games, you guys. I'm good at games.
I swear.
The
last game I played
stream games.
The last game I played was Broforce.
Ooh,
which is like an 8-bit platformer where the environment can explode.
Fun.
And you fight generic terrorists as like action hero stars, and every time you die, you start back at a checkpoint or at the beginning as a different action hero.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
So there are 3 Arnold Schwarzeneggers, and like Mr. T, and Neo, and Ripley. It's really dumb and really fun. And at the end of every level, you kill Satan. And you die so many times, and you get that like feeling from dying. But it's so funny because you die in really stupid ways constantly. It's been out for a while, but I just played most of it 2 weekends ago. It was super, super fun.
That sounds great.
So yeah, if you want something ridiculous that is really fun to play with, like, I guess you can play with a lot of people, but one other person is good. I feel like too many characters on the screen would get too crazy. But
Yeah.
Just full on chaos.
yes. I mean, it's already full on chaos. So the more players you add, the more ridiculous it gets.
That's giving me like old school arcade feels. Like, was it Time Cop or Area 51? Or there was a side scroller with, oh, I'm gonna embarrass myself because I don't know, but like two action dudes that was just super 80s. Well, I could describe a lot of them, honestly.
Like all of them.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh,
Double Dragon.
Double J. Yeah, dragons. Yes, the Soapbox Cloud says Broforce is amazing. Oh, that's super fun. And yes, thank you, Paul. No, Child of Light is super fun. And I didn't realize it was Ubisoft for a while because like I kind of knew I had been seeing art for it for a while before I ever knew. I was like, what is all this cool art from? And then finally found it and was super excited when it was on the Switch. And Gris. Do you guys, you, Sarah or Joey, do you know GRIS? The video game Gris?
I have not played that, no.
I haven't played it. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out, Paul. That sounds dope. He says, I did a charity stream a few years ago where we played Broforce with 4 people and it was absolute chaos. Yes. Oh, I miss that. I miss crazy party games and not Smash. Smash Brothers doesn't count because you're either really great at it or you're not, and it's a very weird.
If you're not, it's not fun to play.
It's not fun. If you're playing with really good players and you're not good, it's not fun. I can say that with honesty and experience. And I feel like I don't know. Maybe I've just played with really jerky people too. Like, what, did you die again? I'm like, maybe because I don't understand the controls and I've played maybe 20 minutes of this total. It's fine. I can do something else.
That's my problem is I didn't have the 400 to 700 hours that most people have in Smash. So when I started playing like Melee, like 10 or 11 years ago, I was so behind the curve, but it was so satisfying when I would finally win and people would be like, what, you're using Pikachu? And I'm like, yeah.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I was oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say this is my one win out of the night. You can't be mad at me.
It's like I'm literally gonna get this one and then go home. That's how it's gonna go for me. Yeah, I was Team Kirby because I would also often fall off the world, and that wasn't fun. But I think too, honestly, I owned a Wii, but I did not own Smash Brothers for that. And Switch is the only other like console from Nintendo that I've ever owned, aside from a Game Boy. So my actual like playing experience with Smash was always like I would show up at a place where it existed with people who played it often and be like, hey, do you want to play with us? I'm like, I super don't. Like, that's okay. I'll just watch you guys. It's really fine. But like Mario Kart, on the other hand, even though I'm terrible at it, I'm down for Mario Kart. Like that one's actually fun, even if you're terrible. So
when you're in behind, you get all the good stuff.
Exactly. And then the front people get really mad, which is fun. Like, how'd you get that? I'm like, haha, because I am bad at this game. Be jealous.
Suck more, loser.
Yes, be terrible and you'll get cool stuff.
I miss playing that at the dorms at the Art Institute.
Oh gosh, yes. I was sad when the group of people I was usually gaming with switched over and were just playing Halo exclusively all the time because I just didn't care. And that was old school, like original Xbox, which coming from PlayStation controller, which is all I had grown up on, that original Xbox One was humongous. And I'm like, I can't actually reach all the buttons with my thumbs. Yeah. I was like,
yeah.
how do you hold this?
Old girthy. We call her controller.
Yeah, I don't miss that. But I remember, oh gosh, when we moved out of the dorms and we're playing like at our house, playing like Monkey Ball from the GameCube. I loved that one. That was just a crazy game. Randall says Sarah and I will forever be haunted by our friend Max using Kirby.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm with you, Raging Lady Boner. There's something actually kind of satisfying about being bad at Mario Kart. Like, especially then when if you do get like a bunch of power-ups and you happen to beat someone who is much better than you, like that almost stings a little bit more, which I'm here for.
I don't want to name drop anyone who used to play games with us, but there was a specific person who was not very good at Mario Kart. So if we played drinking games, you would get to drink if you won.
Yep.
And then you would drink too if you lost to this person. I'm not going to say who that was. No Mario Kart shaming.
Yeah, I liked it never made sense to me to be the one who drank if you lost. Because especially with a lot of those games, I'm like, I'm already doing bad. I don't want to drink and get worse. Like, make the person like Franz. Franz was always really good at the games. I'm like, make him drink. And then maybe we'll have a chance.
I'm pretty sure he was in on those games.
That would not surprise me at all.
And Vince.
Oh, I miss them. I haven't talked to Vince in forever.
You know, periodically I get a message from him and I'm like, you used to live with me and be like 5 feet away at all times. And when you'd work, you'd listen to New York, New York and sing real loud.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible.
That song always makes me think of him.
Yeah, I was thinking about like check that group. I was thinking about Devin recently, who is like married with a kid, and I'm just like, I can't wrap my brain around that. Like, I know we're the same age and it totally makes sense, but I'm just like, but you're Devin. Like, no. Thank you, Kurt. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'll take a drink for that.
I ran out of tea. I think I have to start my Guinness.
Also, Sarah, I'm laughing because I have the exact same Star Wars mug, and it makes me very happy.
Did it come with, did yours come with the Boba Fett version too? Like the 2 mug set?
Yep, all the bounty hunters, and it came with hot cocoa. Yep, which I don't think I ever actually drank the cocoa, but I use the mugs all the time.
I think I instantaneously threw the cocoa away.
Yeah, it didn't look good.
It's going to be loud. Or not.
Well, there it is. There's a whole thing in there with like there's a little like ball that lives inside them that helps with the carbonation part of it. There's a whole thing. Someone explained it to me once, but there was a good chance I was also drinking at the time, so I don't remember what they said.
Right. I got the color separation, and if you can see it. Oh, you had to do it in the waterfall.
Oh, that looks pretty. Randall says, Sarah over here cracking open a cold one with the boys. Heck yeah. And Kurt says, nice pour. Yes, very nice.
And practicing.
All of my training has led up to this moment.
So if you don't mind, Joey, I was going to highlight your piece because it's looking cute. All right.
Get that vector line off the eye.
It's a sweet baby, though. Oh my gosh, I want one.
So I want you to do the challenge I did, where I made a region for Pittsburgh and made a bunch of 125 or 130 Pokemon. I want to see your region.
A lot of steel type.
There were some really cool, like, steel inspired ones. Yeah, no. So I can attest to it because I've sat next to Joey. Super, super fun to see the art afterwards. To sit next to him while he's doing it, I'm just like, it's been 5 minutes. I'm sorry, what? How did you do that? It's him and Jeff. Like, I'd have one on one side and one on the other. I'm like, I'm done. I'm just going to talk to the audience. Screw both of you guys. Yeah. It's like, it's fine. And then you've got John over there with, like, his mechanical pencil. He's like, I just sketched up this little thing, and it's, like, this beautiful, like, super realistic facial rendering. And I'm just like, you're a dick. Yes. So everybody in chat loves it.
Yeah, I would pick that as my starter. What is its typing?
Let's see. It's got to have grass, right? Because it's got the leaves on it for the Mai Tai, the leaves and the cherry. So it's got grass, and then is it poison because it's alcohol? It's grass poison type.
I think it has to be. That's too perfect. Oh, grass poison type. I love it. But also, like, at the same time, I kind of want to see your Digimon evolution version of it, where it goes to being like full, like, crazy anime girl with metal and doesn't make any sense.
It's got like Jenko's on.
You're like, but wait, it was so cute and little. Why does it have just, like, Janet Jackson one boob out now? I love it. I love Digimon. It's so
Digimon.
insane. It's so good. I love it. So yeah, that's the. Oh, it cracks me up.
Oh, I woke up like 45 minutes before the stream, but you guys have me very awake now.
Well, good.
Quarantine had me revert instantaneously to artist schedule.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no doubt. Like, I'm up to 3 o'clock in the morning every day, and then like dragging my corpse out of bed at 10.
Yep.
It's bad. And also, so I had a friend who wanted to do, like, starting a new gym thing at the beginning of the year, and she's like, hey, I'll pay for you if you want to come and join me for a bit. And I was like, yeah. But because she works a weird schedule, like, there are times where I have to get up at 7 to be at, no, I have to get up earlier to be at the gym at 7 on a Saturday. And I'm just like, I don't understand. I can't. So then, like, some nights I'm going to bed at like 8 because I'm just done, and the other nights I'm like, oh, what? It's only 2. I'm fine. Nothing makes sense. Yeah, I just. But now at least I have finalized and set the grant for the mural that I'm painting. So I have set days when I'm going to be there painting with the kids. So that's at least giving me some structure in my life.
My boss will set meetings, and she's like, should we do it at like 2? I'm also open at 10. Is that too early? And I'm like, no, please do 10 so that I can force myself to be a real person before noon.
But I do think it's funny, like, how fast it happens. Like, that whole, like, no, I'm awake at 7 and I can work 9 to 5 and be fine and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, nope, I'm actually a trash monster and I just want to be awake all night and sleep during the day. Nope. You just hiss at the sun. Yeah, so Jessie Bet says the full Digimon evolution would also have to look super drunk. Also true.
Oh, yeah.
Hiya, Steve. Hello, happy St. Patrick's Day. Yes. Oh, and Slaying Dragons in the AM would like you to know if you check the Discord, Joey. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I just responded to you, Slaying Dragons. Don't you worry.
Is that Hunter?
It sure is.
Hello, Hunter.
Oh, here go the dog. The dog apocalypse has begun.
That sounds small.
She's Australian cattle dog.
Okay.
So far away.
Not small. Yeah, she's a couple rooms over.
Good pipes.
Let's throw some quick colors in here just to get an idea.
So way back, that was a comment I was going to make. And then, brain. What I think is especially fun, in addition to I just like this particular drawing prompt, but it's fun for me because it kind of forces me to think in terms of the colors of the drinks first and not just like the character design themselves, which is good. I hate color and I'm bad at it. So... Oh, so Del says, I got a holiday-specific DIY out of... Oh, nice! And realizing she's talking Animal Crossing. I was like, I thought you meant real life. In addition to all about that self-promotion, Klotz, I wish I was that good. I'm really not. But hey, since we're self-promoting and we're doing it now, if you would like to hear, Steph and I recorded 3 episodes on Monday, so dropping the next 3 Saturdays will be our episodes of In Addition. So if you go to anchor.fm/almostdailypod, you can find us there in amongst the boys. Ooh, Sherlock wand looks like a can. Oh, I think I got that one. Nice. I'm also realizing I have the strange desire to watch Boondock Saints today, which I've not watched in a very long time. Not the second one. That one doesn't exist in my brain. Just the first one.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think I've watched the second one a grand total of 1 time. And that was enough.
That's the number of times.
Yep. And I was like, nope, I did 1. It came out. I wanted to see it. It was as bad as it had been purported to be. So,
was that also based on a different movie?
I have no idea.
I think the original one was based on like a Chinese or Japanese movie.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, that seems right.
Aw, thank you, Mary Trish. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Simkin. Thank you. Yes, seasonally appropriate. Also, it's Billy Connolly and Norman Reedus and Sean. Oh no, what's Sean's last name?
Dean.
The other lovely gentleman who was an actor in that movie.
Sean Gunn.
That would have been a very different movie. Also, super crazy Willem Dafoe before I really knew Willem Dafoe. So, yeah, just giving it his all because he can.
He always does. He's a baller.
He is. He's a talented guy. Like, I remember when they were bringing Spider-Man to the screen and they were talking about Green Goblin and him being cast, like, Sean Patrick Flannery. Thank you, Soapbox Klotz. I was like, no, like, actually, like, he's got that flip of personality that he can do on the spot. Like, that is really smart casting. I don't think they utilized him as well as they could have, but it was the right casting move.
For sure, yeah.
That's when I really started recognizing him in things. I knew he had been in things, but like, I think he had such good faces in Spider-Man that I was like, oh yeah, he's in that other movie. Oh, in that other movie.
And then instead of giving him a rubber mask, they put him in the plastic one. It's like, right. What the heck?
Yeah, I wanted to like that costuming more than I did. It just didn't. I don't know. It didn't. It felt like like the bad adaptation of a comic book movie. Like it felt like that. I was like, oh, this could have looked cooler. Oh, the guy played. Oh wait, I don't know if I'm reading the right thing. Oh yes. So Steve also says, "What kind of snakes is everyone driving into the sea today?" I went with copperheads this year. Last year, water moccasins seemed such an obvious mistake in retrospect. Last year's moccasins.
Eastern Diamondbacks.
Well, I love it that there's literally a rest stop near where I live on the highway that has all of the signs put up of beware of rattlesnakes because they're really prevalent in that rest stop. I'm like, well, that's fucking terrifying. Never stopping there. Oh, apparently. Oh, so Simpkins says he was very angry about the mask. They had a prototype animatronic mask they decided not to use. And yeah, Alfred Molina, holy cow. Like, that opening scene with him, again, like, I'm sorry, you very incredibly talented actor. You did not have to flex that hard for Spider-Man, but you did. Thank you. Oh, it's so good. I think the only other Doc Ock
Whoa,
I've
is there
ever
a tunnel
felt...
snake in the chat?
Oh, just bets. I guess a tunnel snake. Played Doc in Boondock Saints. Yes, with his mixing metaphors. I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking Doc Ock. Who's the guy from Fraggle Rock? Oh, that's you, Sarah. I bet you know that one. The guy from Fraggle Rock. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I put you on the spot.
Guy from Fraggle Rock. Uncle Traveling Matt. I might have a Fraggle comic down here somewhere. I think I do. My mom got it.
He mixes metaphors, like, you know, glass houses. People in glass houses sink ships, which are actually called malaphors. There's actually a term and a name for mixed up metaphors. They're called malaphors. Also, that's adorable.
Yeah, my mom was like, I think these might have been your sisters, but they're from the year you were born, so. It has an advertisement for the Care Bear movie on it.
Oh, I love it. Oh God, that creepy book. Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, also, Steve, coming in with the hard hits today. Fun bedroom tip: call your lover Spider-Man and use Willem Dafoe's voice for a superheroic, spine-tingling experience. Thank you, Steve. Oh gosh.
That is sassy for the afternoon.
Yeah, I think Steve is perpetually sassy. I have yet to experience him at a point when he is not sassy.
I appreciate it.
Oh, Raging Lady Boner says one of her favorite trails is full of rattlesnakes, but the warning signs are only listed on the way out, not on the way in, which is bonkers. That's not okay. Like, hey, now that you're here, here's so you know when you're on your way to the hospital what just bit you.
I'm pretty sure it was a rattlesnake. How do you know? Well, the sign's on the way out told me.
Signs on the way out. Also, Fragile Rock sounds like a whole nother thing. But yes. I will also admit, I'm sorry, but I've never actually watched Fraggle Rock. I am aware of it as a thing that exists in the world, but I've never watched it. So I did not know that there was a human on it. It makes sense to me, but I did not know that.
Mr. I don't remember his name. Rocket's the dog. Rocket's like the best dog puppet ever. Sorry, Rolf. You're cool too.
I was going to say, better than Rolf? I really love Rolf.
I think Rolf's cool as a character, but Sprocket works as an actual dog shape.
Okay. Yeah, Rolf
he's like one of the big sheep dogs, right?
Yeah. He has like these great eyebrows and Rolf's great, but he definitely looks like sock puppet body, like amorphous.
But I like his hands. Like I always enjoyed like how handsy he had. That sounds very weird.
Like Cookie Monster body. He has like a head with a sack and hands.
Yes, very good flour sack representation with hands. Mayor Squish says, Steve is an experience, and you should all consider yourself lucky to enjoy his company. I do. I do consider myself very lucky. Thank you for showing up.
Didn't say sass was bad.
No, we are pro sass here. Jesse Bett says, new emo genre, fragile rock. I'm here for it. For the trash keep. Oh, was George Carlin on Fraggle Rock at some point? I know he's not Doc.
He was on Thomas Tank Engine.
Yes, and what? Ringo? Somebody else insane was on there.
Might have been Ringo.
I feel like I said that and I was like, I think this is right, but I lost all my confidence. Anyway, let me drink some more liquid confidence. Definitely.
Yeah, bottled courage.
Mm-hmm. Alec Baldwin and Ringo Starr. Thank you, Del. Thank you. I watched a lot of Thomas the Tank Engine.
Did anyone celebrate Pi Day on Sunday?
I didn't this year. I was bad. I'm usually better about it. I love pie.
I won't tell you that I'm eating leftover Pi Day pie then.
That's okay. I also know that literally at any point, if I wanted delicious baked goods, I could just tell you I was coming to Pittsburgh and acquire them. So.
Yep, absolutely.
Someday I will come back to Pittsburgh.
Said Sunday? I can have baked goods on Sunday.
Ready by Sunday.
And surprising, apple pie and Guinness together are pretty good because this is like almost coffee-y.
Yeah, I can see that being good. Huh. He who is Steve says, y'all too sweet. My sass is my gift and I share it with all. Heck yeah. Oh, apparently, so Del says, apparently Rolf and Sprocket meet in one of the TV Christmas specials.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I always like when Rolf is extra dog-like, like in Muppets Take Manhattan, where he gets a side job at like a, not a shelter, it's like a, where you go to board your dog. What is that called? Like a dog stop.
Kennel.
Yeah. So he's working as the receptionist, and there are a bunch of dogs in cages behind him. That's his side job because they couldn't make it on Broadway.
Do you need a nose? I think it needs a nose.
Wait, let's see. Oh, there's super cute colors happening. Look at it! Oh my god.
Oh.
So stinking cute.
Who's gonna voice this cute little thing?
Luke Skywalker, of course. Mark Hamill.
It's definitely voiced by Mark Hamill.
Man can do anything. Oh my god. Like, not
so there's my Mai Tai.
I love it. I need it in sticker form. I love it so much. Oh my god. That turned out so cute. Also very excited to see the Digimon evolution.
You thought it was a Pokemon. Joke's on you.
Dropping the thirst trap. Here we go. Too funny. Yep. Oh, hey, save reminder.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's a good idea.
I just realized I'd actually saved and named mine this time, but I don't think I've saved in a while.
I don't think my body's used to drinking this early in the morning. Or in the day. The afternoon is the morning for me.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I have never been the person, even if I drink the night before, like to get up and do hair of the dog. I'm like, no. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And had I not been up since 7.
No! Oh, man, I thought we were goners.
Must explain.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Oh, everything paused. Maybe it was on my end.
You froze for a second, so it's fine. Guys, are we still live? Let me check. Oh, God, I'm afraid.
Hunter, it doesn't have a special Pokeball. It's just the starter, so it's got a red and white Pokeball.
Does it start grass, and then the more it evolves, the more alcoholic it becomes, and the more like that's
right.
when
it just gets more and more rum in it.
More. That's one I can't do anymore. I broke myself in college on rum, and I just can't. Nope.
I think that's crazy because rum is all sweet and delicious.
Yeah, it's like my jam.
So because we were dumb, we wouldn't just get beer. We'd get handles of spiced rum, and when we would have these video game nights where we played games and drank, we wouldn't just drink beer. We'd take shots. So like 8 to 9 shots of rum in, and So years and years later, I am living at home with my parents again, well out of college. And mom brings home, like, she's like, oh, one of the people that we work for gave us these really cool cakes. I'm going to cut one up and you should try one. And everything. I was like, oh, awesome. So she cuts a piece and hands it to me, and I immediately pop it into my mouth. And in that moment, I can smell and taste the rum. And it takes every, like, focus in my body to not immediately, like, spit it right back out. But I, like, choke it down, swallow it. Like, is it so good? I'm like,
delicious.
Yeah. It's rum cake. Have you ever had rum cake? And I'm like, no. Oh, yeah. No rum.
I have now.
Heck yes, he who is Steve. I have some cute stickers because of Mayor Squish as well. Talk about adorable stickers. Yes. But yes, Joey, if you get a chance, I would like that in sticker form. I'd like to.
Maybe I'll do 3 starters and have them as stickers. Three cocktail starters. I just have to find 2 more that sound like good Pokemon.
Oh, Muppet Family Christmas. Apparently you can watch it bootleg on YouTube. It has Muppets, Fraggles, and Sesame Street in it.
That's a lot of Jim Henson.
Yes. Yes, Paul, you are exactly right. Why is the rum gone? Because of me. Yep. Yeah. So now I drink vodka.
There were certain vodkas I drank in college that just the thought of them, not even them being near me. I don't know if you remember. It was like Blue Wave and Red Wave.
Mm-hmm.
But they were just like flavored vodkas that came in like jugs.
Oh, and I remember.
So much of that, and like now the thought of putting vodka in a drink that's the same color, like blue color, and I'm like,
no.
Even if it tastes completely different, I'm like, no, I don't need that blue drink, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you really, if you're going to get me to drink rum, you've really got to disguise the flavor, which is tough because it is what, like, vodka, I feel like you can hide fairly easily with other strong flavors, but rum has enough, like, kick to it. Like, I could maybe do coconut rum, but I choose not to.
When you can get other flavored things, like you can get coconut flavored vodka and replace it, and then
right. I could also just do sunscreen if I really wanted.
There's some substitutes.
Yeah. I don't make a lot of mixed drinks at home anymore. And honestly, now after working at the winery, I just drink a lot of wine. So, which is not a bad thing.
I have the problem that when I open a bottle of wine, that I'm like, well, it needs to go away today. It's only going to get less good tomorrow. And my current housemate, he does not drink the same kind of wine as me. So it's like, oh, you want to drink a glass of sweet white? Well, you're not going to share this whole bottle of Malbec with me? Well, darn. I guess
I guess I'll just have to drink it.
guess I'm having a night.
Oh, Malbec. Yeah. So Steve, I'll say the only rum I'm really, really unable to drink anymore is the Captain Morgan spiced rum, like the dark rum. That's the one that even smelling it to this day will set me off. But I have then I mean, to be fair, Nicole, a lot of it is gibberish, so that's awesome. Oh, Simpkins says, I need a drink after spending all morning troubleshooting the SFM on my students' home machines. Ooh. And Jessie Bett says, rum and ginger beer in a little copper cup. What's the booze in Moscow Mules?
Gin, usually, I think.
I was going to say, like, I like
vodka.
Moscow. Yeah, I was like, but that's definitely not rum.
Vodka, if it's
Moscow. Vodka.
Vodka. We drink
I drink them, so it's probably not gin. I only have gin in very specific situations and in small amounts because it's hard to get a good gin, I think. Like, it's either this is nice and smooth or it tastes like a pine tree.
Barky. Yum.
Next time I come to New York, I'll have to bring some Pittsburgh parking chair vodka for you, Emily.
Yes, please.
There's I think it's called the Lawrenceville Distillery. If anyone is in Pittsburgh, it's a great spot. It's like they do very small stills, and they do absinthe, vodka, gin is called Ginzer.
I wish Artemis Tigress was here. She would love that. Yeah, so there's a hardcore Pittsburgh person who shows up in our chats, and I love it because she's a Penguins fan, and ridiculously dunks on the Phillies fan in a lot of the streams. So yeah, is that over the one like Lawrenceville over by Bloomfield?
Yes,
because that was. Bloomfield was where I was located, and I was like right on the border between Bloomfield and Lower Lawrenceville. It was a neat spot.
This would have been a little further from where you are.
Yeah.
Like past Spirit, if you know where or the Giant Cemetery.
Yes. Oh yes. I know the Giant Cemetery. Speaking of drunken memories, I got really hurt at the Giant Cemetery when we were drunk one time. Because I was dumb. So I was dumb.
That's a good cemetery to walk around at night, though.
Yes. From what I remember, it was delightful. Yeah. It's fine. I made it out alive. But did you die? Oh, college.
That's when you're allowed to make mistakes and do silly things. Like, those are the prime years of learn from your mistakes and your failures.
Yes. Yeah, I definitely would not want to do a lot of that stuff now. Okay. So Simkin wants to know who here watches How to Drink on YouTube. I cannot.
No.
So. He who is Steve says, I don't need no YouTube instructions to know how to drink. Oh, okay. So he is a D&D nerd who does mixology videos. Interesting. Oh, hello. Wow. It's a Pittsburgh gritty. Yeah, gritty is something. Speaking of puppets.
I think I have learned to appreciate gritty.
Yes, in a weird way, yes.
I watch enough NHL TV where they have gritty commercials, and he's much more enjoyable in like small bits than
Yes.
during games.
Yeah, I was gonna say like more enjoyable than Flyers fans too. So
I would say like 99%. I've met a couple really nice ones, but they can't all be bad.
no.
Like the universe would explode if they were all bad. Someone has to keep the balance.
I'm sorry. There's a entertaining conversation devolving in chat. I like it. Oh hi! Oh hi! Hello. Would you rejoining now? Hi there. You have to say hello. Say hello.
A little miss. Best floof. I love those mittens.
They're great mittens. Hi. Hello.
Kitty.
How are you? They say hello, Vera. Hello. You're quite cute. You are. Oh, the scritches. The scritches. No, you're pretty cute. You realize that I'm already working with somebody who works really fast. You can't slow me down on top of that. It's not fair.
Sabotage. Saboteur.
Yeah. All right. I know. Let me give you a little bit more. Because actually, it is also time for me to get up and refill. So.
Make that noise, computer. I'm allowed to save.
Don't you sass me.
No.
Yeah, she's
That
been
is a sweet muffin.
like extra cute lately. I'm here for it. I think it's because she knows, because when the time changed over, she was like, hey, now I'm going to wake you up at 4 a.m. instead of 5 a.m. Yeah, you. All right, you. Here we go. Back to your perch. All the hair. All right. I'll be right back.
All right.
After these messages.
We'll be right back.
I have to pick a light source.
Yeah, Simkin, that was a Phil thing. He changed that. It used to be the great Tony P face where he just looked disgruntled, and now it's that, and I hate it. Hates it. All right.
Speaking of Gollum, I have an audiobook suggestion for everyone.
Ooh.
If you are thinking of rereading The Hobbit anytime soon, I highly recommend the Andy Serkis reading of The Hobbit, which is free on YouTube. And I didn't realize it was him until it got to the Gollum part, and there's no mistaking his Gollum.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, they got him just to do Gollum. And then I looked it up, and he does every character in a different voice, and it's amazing.
That's impressive. But I believe it. He's talented.
Highly recommend Andy Serkis reading The Hobbit.
Good to know. I haven't read The Hobbit in many, many, many years.
That's just like I was like, I need something in my ears while I do art. And I'm in a sci-fi book club, and I'm the first person to finish the book every time. And I'm like, I need more literature in my life.
Yeah, I've stacked myself full with podcasts in my podcatcher. So like, there's always so much more. But I don't know. There's something about I sometimes struggle with books when I'm working on art because I will stop listening to the book and just be focused on the art and all of a sudden get really lost. Like I tried to do that with Harry Potter and be like, wait, what? Where are we now? What is happening? But I should because I like books.
That happened to me with Neuromancer.
Yeah, you kind of have to be invested in that one.
I just had the problem with that one because it's not clear when it's the real world, when it's the Matrix, when it's drugs, or when it's holograms.
All of those things.
Yeah, so there were points where I'd stop and have to take it back to the beginning of the chapter and like seriously listen for a little bit and be like, oh yes, that was real life, but with drugs.
Is this real life? Also, everyone's yes, we are very green today. I've been trained well. Oh, is the stream still being weird for you guys? That might be on me. I'm getting a little blip on it.
Every once in a while there's a little like lag, but it's not been bad on my end.
Stream for a second. Okay. Yeah. Keep me posted, chat, if it keeps giving you issues. Also, Jessie Betts got very excited at Neuromancer. Another one I'll say as far as like the book itself being elevated by the person reading it, I recently, recent to the past 2 years, within the last like 4 months, I listened to Ready Player One, narrated by Will Wheaton, which is really dope. He does a great job. Now, I listen to my podcasts at a like 1.6x speed. I listen to this one a little bit faster, so I don't know what it actually sounds like normally, but he did a great job. And it just like that one, I just could not stop. I loved it so much. I thought it was so well done and such a good book. But yeah, him reading that is just really, really good.
It's funny to see him not doing a bit. Like he's always playing himself, which is the bit, which is weird. But
yeah, I wasn't always sure, like for a while, because I hadn't really followed him for a bit. When I would see him show up on like Big Bang Theory, I'm like, wait, is he actually an asshole? And I was like, oh no. And like he'd been an asshole on the Guild too. And I was like, I remember him being nice. Why is he being? And I was like, oh, it is a bit. He is evil Will Wheaton. I understand now. Oh gosh. Bucks Cloud says, I want to get an audiobook of War and Peace read by Gilbert Gottfried. Sounds great. Yes, Raging Lady Boner. So I loved Ready Player One so much. I also am completely aware of how late to that I was. I own it. I still haven't watched the movie, but I definitely am gun shy about Ready Player Two, just because it didn't get as glowing reviews. And one person I knew who was reading it said it was just really slow. So
Yeah, I've not read it yet either. I was under the impression of it didn't really need a sequel. Like,
No.
it tied everything up pretty well.
I was very content with how we wrapped up. Like, no, I was good. I was very happy with that as a story. And I think that's kind of the part of those worlds where some of the story is literally them breaking the dynamics of the world that they've set up. Like, it's hard to go back then to be like, oh, but wait, here's also this thing that's happening. And I don't know.
Yeah, I think that was the big problem with like the Matrix trilogies, right? Because Neo was already like Superman at the end. Like, nobody could touch him. So what was the point of continuing the story?
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Wheaton could be a dick. Sometimes he's cleaned up his image a lot. And goddamn. So Jessie Beth says, watching my wife watch Ready Player One was a much better experience than watching Ready Player One. She'd listen to the audiobook before seeing it and just kept getting like, I, Robot or World War Z angry.
Yeah, I can see
Try not to scream at the screen in the theater. That's fair. That is absolutely fair. Oh. Jeff Munn puts it into very good perspective that money was the point.
Money is always the point. You raise a good point, sir.
Oh, and Wiffle Possum, you mentioned he said he wanted to wait, or he's still waiting for the third Patrick Rothfuss book to come out. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry.
He's a guy that is awesome and was on Critical Role.
Oh.
That great beard action and this like voice that you just really want to listen to, kind of velvety, deep, smooth.
Ooh, I like that.
And he's like a writer.
Okay.
And does a lot of charity work. He's all around good guy.
I am a sucker for good beard game. It's true. King Killer Chronicles, the name of the Wind book. Soapbox Clot says, I mean, if we're going to talk I, Robot Angry, let's also bring up I Am Legend. Can firmly say I did not see that one because it looked scary.
Don't worry, it's not.
It was like
Scary how bad
suspenseful,
it is?
and you're like, and then the end happened.
Oh, okay.
That one had like 8 different endings or something, didn't it?
Yeah. You can always tell the quality by the number of alternate endings that the movie had. You know the director went in with a plan.
I would beg to differ because Clue is amazing.
Oh, yeah, but that, I feel like it did have a lot of different endings, but that was a purposeful thing. Also, they weren't different studios. No, let me rewind. Let me take it back. When they actually released it in theaters, didn't different theaters got different endings? And it wasn't until it was, compiled that they got to see all of them. So it's such next level trolling back in the day that I love it. Also, seriously, Tim Curry can troll me anytime. I'm just fine with that.
I had a conversation about what Tim Curry is the first Tim Curry that you experienced as a human being.
which I love. And it's so funny because again, I realized like how much I was influenced by my parents because the first one I know him. So Clue comes in second, but I first saw him as the Doctor in The Hunt for Red October.
Oh,
That's where I know him from first. My literally first like experience with him.
pretty sure it was Home Alone 2 for me.
I think Hexus from Fern Gully for me.
Oh, yeah. You know,
Then
you
Home
raise a
Alone.
good point. It probably was Hexus for me as well.
But I don't like. I wonder. Like, I can't count that one because I don't think I knew that was him. Like, I didn't love Fern Gully. I watched it a bunch. I didn't love it, but
Parents framed it as, oh, you know the bad guy from Fern Gully? We're going to watch this movie, and he's in it. So they would kind of put that seed, like, oh, you like this movie? Well, we're going to watch this other movie. And this person that you like is in it. And by like, I meant I was terrified of Hexus.
Do you remember Hexus who tried to kill everything?
and you really
He's in
didn't
this
like?
movie.
Yeah. Guess what?
Well, he's still very charismatic. Like Hexus as a character is too sexy for a kids movie.
Yeah.
That song is too sexy.
So much happening with that Fern Gully movie where I'm just like, wait.
And of course, he's the Lord of Darkness. I think I got that one pretty early as well.
Me too.
Is that Legend?
Yeah.
Which I have never seen all of and tried to watch in college and couldn't do it. Like literally just fast forwarded to one of his scenes because that's all I wanted to see was him.
You get to see middle tooth Tom Cruise in that movie, though.
Oh, yeah. That's so weird. Ugh. So young. He's so young in that. Oh, okay. So with that, let me pull up. Oh, so okay. So it's all about Madeline Kahn for me. Oh, I'm assuming that was the old one. So Rooster and Annie we got as one. It was Legend, and Jesse didn't know it was him for years. Fern Gully, Home Alone 2. Paul says, but his most impressionable role was in Young Paul. Oh, wow, I can't read it all. So the role that hit Paul the most was Congo. There we go.
I always forget he's in that.
We don't count Legend or Fern Gully because I didn't know it was Tim Curry. Also set on for October. Just early roles. Simpkins says, speaking of actors in early roles, who here has seen Tom Hanks in Mazes and Monsters?
You know, I've been meaning to watch it and I haven't seen it yet.
Wait, say that again, Sarah?
I'm writing a fan fiction about that movie. So I have a bad movie club that watches movies virtually on Mondays. And we watched over Christmas, it was the Star Wars holiday special and then Mazes and Monsters. And we jokingly will write fan fictions for movies that are like within a couple weeks of each other. And I called Star Wars Holiday Special Mazes and Monsters. So Tom Hanks' character goes nutballs because he is visited by Han Solo and Chewbacca in the night. And is like semi-abducted by them because they want directions so that they can get to Kashyyyk.
Yay!
And then he comes back and he's like, oh my God, I met all of these things. And that's why he goes away and goes crazy. It's not because of Mazes and Monsters. It's because he was abducted by aliens.
Love
So,
it.
fan fiction in progress, but there's an outline.
Is your bad movie club public or is it a private thing?
It's a private thing. It's just like a small group of us, and we watch the movies and pick the movies, and we have a very extensive spreadsheet of rating the movies. Do not watch the movie Blonde and Blonder. It's literally the worst movie that's ever been made, ever.
I don't know. I watched Thanksgiving with the Botched Boys.
That's a classic right there.
I don't need to ever watch that again. So, yeah.
That sounds like someone who knows how to write something, at least. Like, there was a pun in there, right?
Honestly, Sarah, I think it's when we get back around to like Thanksgiving time, you should suggest it to the group because it's only like 45 minutes. Like it's not long, but
yeah,
they
made it on like $5,000.
Yeah,
that sounds like our type of movie.
Yeah, no, that was when. Tim Curry is G. Gordon Godfrey. Heck yes, Randall, bringing up. He's so good, and like the guy who took over after him does a good job. But it's not the same. Oh, we're getting Can't Be Worse Than Mandroid.
That's on our list.
And what Hands of Fate? What is the name of that? Oh no, like Planet 9 and Monos Hands of Fate? Isn't there something like there's a really terrible
Yeah, Monos Hands of Fate.
Why is this in my brain, guys? Why did I keep that? I've never seen it. I don't have any attachment to it. Why does it need to live there?
Because your brain's telling you need to consume it at some point.
I need to watch.
It's too good not to.
I can highly recommend. It's free on YouTube. Robo Vampire.
Oh my gosh!
Probably the best bad movie I've ever seen in my life.
Robo Vampire. All right.
It brings up so many questions, and like, there's no Robo Vampire. There's
not even a Robo Vampire.
And vampires. And the vampires jump around like kangaroos. And I love it.
That's incredible. It makes no sense.
I was reading Doro Hedoro, and that manga referenced robo vampires. And I was like reading at 3 a.m, and I like had to stop and send messages to my chat.
Wait a minute.
Luckily, I didn't wake anyone up, but I was the weirdo up at 3 a.m. reading a comic and making connections from my bad movie night to Doro Hedoro.
That's really funny. Also, it's not a movie, but just again, I blame Botched because they're bad influences. It's on Prime if you want to watch Pet Detective Pet Justice. Oh, now I can't think of it. What is it? Pet Justice? Yes, Gary Busey, Pet Justice is actually insane. Actually insane. And his teeth upset me on a level that is unmatched by many, many other things.
Some classic Gary Busey chompers in that one.
Oh my God, they're like they somehow got bigger and worse. I don't know how they did it, but they're more like they're so bright white, they're so big, and he just has his mouth like really open all the time. And I'm just like, that's so uncomfortable.
So not Jake Busey, who is actually palatable. Gary Busey.
Gary Busey. Yeah.
I love me some Jake Busey.
How terrible to have to share that name and to be an actually palatable. Content creator. I don't know what that is.
He's one of those actors that he'll pop up once in a while and you're like, oh yeah, this guy. And he always plays that guy, like Starship Troopers or Frighteners. Like he never plays a straight, normal, not normal, typical, where he's in typical.
Yeah.
A typical average human. Like he'll start out that way and you're like, oh no, there it is.
Oh.
You're a little eccentric, or something is like,
Just a little off.
yeah, you're the bad guy. I see that now. Or
Oh, that was like, oh my gosh. The guys who played bad guys in the movie The Rock, like literally all of them. I'm like, you are literally the bad guys. That's just how I know you. You're never good guys. I always hate you when you show up on screen. It's all of you. Like, it's not just the one or the other one. Like, it's all of them. And I'm just like, I managed to collect like all of the movie guys, and like now they're on a team.
Ed Harris, how'd you wind up in this lot?
Oh gosh, I love that movie so much. It's so bad, and I love it so much.
I actually just referenced it in D&D the other day. We have an airship, and we were in this town that's exploding, and I ran up on the roof, and I was like, all right, I used prestidigitation to make green smoke come out of both of my hands. I dropped to my knees, signaled the airship.
Oh, it's so good. It's good. Oh my gosh. That movie. But I love stuff like that, and I can't do it because I don't have enough of the D&D vocabulary. But I love when people adapt that and just be like, no, in order for this scene to work, like, you know, Sean Connery consistently nails his charisma checks and his intimidation checks. And like Nicolas Cage, like stealth like a crazy person. Like all of these things, like I love when they adapt it into like how this would actually play in a D&D setting, and it just brings me endless joy. Oh, and Sarah, I thought of you the other day, and it was so funny. I don't actually remember how we got onto the topic, but it got onto Devin Sawa on Twitter, and how like he would post something and all of these people would retweet it and everything, and the guys would be like, I don't even know who you are. And his response back to them is always like, ask your wife. And like then like it's like 30,000 retweets from that. And I was thinking about Idle Hands, and I was like, oh my God, I haven't watched Idle Hands in so long. And I might need to watch it again because big Devin Sawa vibes.
I was just explaining who he was to my boss because I have context. I don't remember what it was, but she said something about being a JTT girl, and I'm like, oh no. Check out Casper.
I was he was that Casper boy.
Yeah.
And again, like, I think this was kind of how part of it spun off was like even as a little kid, and because I had made, this is literally how it started, because this is how conversations go with my housemate. I had made a very obscure reference to While You Were Sleeping, which is a movie that I love that has Bill Pullman in it, which then jumped us to Casper and then jumped us to Devin Sawa. But I literally, like, I have enjoyed Bill Pullman. Like, even when I was a small child, I was like, in my brain, like, Devin Sawa makes more sense, but I still think Bill Pullman is very attractive. And, like, none of that has stopped at any point. It's just like, no, you're good. You could be president. You could be next door guy. I don't care. I'm here for Bill Pullman.
I mean, the Independence Day speech is one of the best movie speeches of all time, right?
Yeah.
So
many movies I'm going to have to rewatch just because of this stream.
Know it. Also a bonkers movie. And Dan Quaid, before he went absolutely off the reservation, insane. Oh my goodness. Randall says, I'm a JTT girl. I liked him in Home Improvement. He got me a little bit in Home Improvement. Oh yes. So Soapbox Clot says Ed Harris low-key has incredible range, and yeah, I think for a long time he wasn't getting utilized. If you want to get super depressed and learn about art, Ed Harris plays the lead in the Jackson Pollock movie that they made about his life, which is super depressing, but really well done. Yeah. So Soapbox Clots, I fell hard for Christina Ricci. Like, that was feelings that I wasn't prepared to deal with either. I was just like, sorry, what?
And I think if you were a 90s kid, you were there, right?
Yes, Bill Pullman also got me hot and bothered. Thank you, Randall. Yes, it's the floppy hair. Like he rocked floppy hair better than any other human I've ever seen. He's actually from around here, which is really funny. He was born in Hornell.
Whoa.
I was like, wait, what? Fun fact. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
A lot of talking about my celebrity crushes lately. But the kid who was in Jungle to Jungle was Sam Huntington, who is my now still celebrity crush.
Interesting. I haven't thought about Jungle to Jungle in 20 years. Jeez.
I mean, like, he wore like no clothes basically in that movie. It was like a loincloth and that was it. And he had like the shaggy hair, and I'm like, yeah, I'm into that.
Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, that's all right. I'm trying to think of TV ones who really got me. Oh, Sam Witwer. Don't even get me started on that whole thing. Oh, Sam Huntington and Sam Witwer. Yeah, the U.S. being human with the two of them, like, I can't.
I was watching it last night.
Oh, I haven't watched it in a while, but it was so good. I have been meaning to actually watch the British version, but I have not yet.
I haven't watched all of it. I like it, but I don't find them smolderingly attractive, like the U.S. Canadian version.
US version, yeah. I was just like Sam Witwer with his jawline and his dimples, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, what?
He doesn't look like a real human to me. Like, he looks like chiseled from granite. Like,
yeah, like you were clearly actually an art sculpture just brought to life by magic. It's fine. I won't tell.
I think he looks more attractive in being human, even when he's a strung out vampire, than like in The Mist.
Like,
yeah, that's a scary movie.
Hard.
But he's like in the military, so he's wearing like a uniform, and he has the chiseled stuff, and like his hair's very clean cut military, and I'm like, that's too chiseled for me. You've reached like so chiseled that you're no longer attractive. Like, but being human is good.
Yeah.
My cat is going everywhere but in front of the camera.
Oh my gosh.
Like creeping on my dresser.
Apparently, I didn't know this. Jessie Betts says Sam Witwer is fantastic. Also, will yearly rent a house for a week to play his Star Wars RPG. Stop it.
Yep.
Stop it. My heart can't take it. Oh yeah, so if you in chat don't know, so Drew Struzan, there is an absolutely incredible documentary about him. I don't know if it's on Netflix anymore, but you should look that up. So Drew Struzan is literally the man behind all of your favorite like 80s and 90s movie posters. Like, he did The Goonies, he did Indiana Jones, he did Star Wars. He has a
very distinct look. You know who he is.
You absolutely know who he is without knowing his name. And the documentary is great because he's this like super chill dude who's just like, yeah, and then I thought I'd add some colored pencil, and I'm like, I'm sorry, what? You just painted this beautiful thing, and now you're just gonna like go in with your white colored pencil and just make it even better, and now it's amazing, and oh my god. So the idea of Sam Witwer gushing about Drew Struzan, just my little heart just,
Yeah, he's so nerdy, and I love it. Same with Sam Huntington. He was in the movie Fanboys.
I still need to see that. I haven't seen it. I've always wanted to, and I've never seen it.
You would love it, Emily. It is absolutely right up your alley. Also, Jay Baruchel, who is another one of my
I love him.
Celebrity crushes. He's like skinny and weird looking, and I love him.
Oh, oh no, there's a terrible movie that he's in with Alice Eve. And it's set in Pittsburgh, and he works at the airport.
He's she's too good for you. She's out of your league. She's out of your league.
Yeah, like I literally watched that because I enjoy him, and I was like, oh, Pittsburgh, not good, but I watched it. Ugh.
I mean, it's not bad either. It's like one of those movies.
No, that's fine. I equate that to like the Hallmark Christmas movie type stuff. Like, no, I'm not watching this for its cinematic quality. I'm watching it because it's just silly and fun.
Yes. The same reason why you watch things like Sudden Death. That's filmed in Pittsburgh, and you get to see what is his name? The action hero decapitate iceberg.
Ooh.
What is his name?
Wait, what was he from?
Hero I can think of.
I have to look it up. It's I can see his face.
Ooh. So Jessie Betts says Sam Witwer's brother also wrote the Art and Arcana, the D&D art history book, which I did not know was a thing, and I now need to know because that sounds incredible. I'm going to write it down because drunk Emily won't remember.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh,
Hey, that's what I said. Nice. JCVD.
Yeah, he decapitates iceberg in it. So you don't watch that because it's great cinema. You watch it for you're just going to be entertained.
I don't watch anything with Jean-Claude Van Damme for great cinema. I just watch it because it's fun. Although I admit I was morbidly curious about the movie that was like JCVD, that was like his thing that was kind of true but not really true, like that whole thing. Like, have I seen Eye of the Beholder? Is it a movie or is it a D&D thing? I mean, the answer is no either way, but it sounds really familiar. It is a movie, right?
Documentary, I think.
I was also just thinking, this is, again, like random polls that pop into my brain. It's a doc about the old school, TSR D&D. No, but I want to now. Yes. If you have a link to that, find that and send that to me, please, and thank you. There was so it's Christopher Maloney, who is Detective Stabler in Law & Order SVU. And he acts as a cop, and it's like murder in somewhere in Connecticut, and I can't remember. And it was like kind of based on a true story, but also I think just like this was a similar murder that happened, and we're not telling a true story of that, but we're telling something similar. And like it was one of those, it's not a low budget movie, but it didn't get a big release. But I had a roommate from college who watched it all the time. So I was like, oh yeah, this movie. And then I'm like, hope other people don't know this. Like Murder in the Hamptons, maybe, or something like that. I don't think it's the Hamptons, but yeah, like that same thing. I was like, why do I know this one very weird, specific, underrated movie? Also, Joey, you were going to finish your entire starter, and I'm still not going to be done with my 2 characters. I'm not focused.
This is not a race. It's a marathon.
Well, I was thinking back a little bit, and one of my favorite drink and draws that we did was one at the Elks Lodge. Oh, bye, Simkin. Thank you. Where we were all on like one long table, and there was like 9 of us, and we were all drawing the different prompts that were timed. Like there was Abe Lincoln in SpongeBob SquarePants pants, like it was such a random collection of artists and art that I was like, oh, I missed that. Worth a watch for any fans of the Omar. Interesting. Okay, I have Prime, so I will check it out. I have the Beholder. Adding it to my list.
think it's on my watch list. I haven't seen it yet. I think I watched a Tolkien documentary instead, and it was like really long and boring.
That's so weird for Tolkien. Usually he's so succinct. That was my little bit of shade at him. He's very talented. Jesus Christ.
It wasn't even him. Like the information that they had, they could have condensed instead of it being 3 hours. It could have been condensed into like an hour and a half because a lot of the people said the same things. And I'm like, why wouldn't you edit this to be? It wasn't him. It was long-winded people that decided to talk about him.
Well, you see, Peter Jackson turned The Hobbit into a trilogy, so why can't we turn this documentary into one?
Like, but just don't do it.
But I guess he wrote The Hobbit to be stories that he told to his family. And so every time they would have a holiday get-together where the entire family came together, he'd have another chapter ready. And of course, he'd have to start from the beginning, reading what he had already written. So every holiday, they got a little bit more of The Hobbit. And I'm like, that is such a good, like, writing way of, like, keeping yourself writing, but doing it in a manageable amount.
Yeah, you hear that, George R. R. Martin?
Please just finish before you die. Please.
I don't regret the 3 hours I lost from that documentary. But I do want to suggest that they re-edit. It was full of British people, so at least it was very pleasant to listen to.
Yeah, it's terrible, but I have so much more patience for just listening to British people. Sounds terrible, but so that says, I mean, if we're discussing Tolkien, we say John Howe, and that pretty much defines most people's mental picture pre-Jackson films. And Jesse Beth says Bass and Rankin Hobbit.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
That's a baller right there.
And so it says George R. R. Martin will be the ultimate troll when he pulls a Robert Jordan. Oh man, let's not give him ideas. Oh. Yeah, it's funny to me too because I have never actually watched Game of Thrones, but because it was so heavily in the cultural zeitgeist, I am aware of so much of it and so many characters without any actual context around a lot of that. It's a very strange experience.
Right?
Like, no, I know these names, I know these people, and they're like, oh yeah, and like people will talk to me about it. They're like, wait, you've never watched it, right? And I was like, no, I know nothing, but I know the reference. And it's just like, it's weird. But then to also like have such an immediate drop off from being like literally the cultural touchstone for what people were talking about to gone, like just out of the consciousness is fascinating to me.
I still haven't finished it. No spoilers. I've been told I should stop. I'm on season 5.
Yeah, you're pretty close to the peak. You're getting to the decline.
Was it 8?
Yeah, it goes for 8.
Because I know that I should not watch the last season if I ever do watch it.
I mean, you'll feel compelled to.
They'll lie to you and say that you have to. But
don't. You won't be right. You'll be compelled. You'll feel these things. I've also somehow not had anything spoiled yet. It's been years and it's not spoiled yet. I'm really good at hiding from the internet.
Well, I feel like the internet was very different about Game of Thrones versus like Marvel movies or Star Wars or any of that. Like Game of Thrones existed differently somehow. But yes, Soapbox Clot says, I've never seen anything drop out of the pop cultural zeitgeist so fast. Like, Seriously, though, like you could not get away from it for so long and then just like tumbleweeds. Just gone. All right. I suppose I have to draw their feet now. I've been avoiding it.
Just put them behind a rock.
And don't me, I might.
Yeah, put the ice cubes down there.
Oh, that's actually a really good idea. Not to block them out, but I should add set dressing.
That is a phrase that I used a lot yesterday. We're hiring someone to take photos of a game we made, and we had to decide if we wanted just a white, plain, this is our product, or if we wanted like set dressing. I've never had to say those two words together so many times.
I think it's funny because up until this point, like at no point did I ever associate like set dressing with actual like salad dressing. But for some weird reason in my brain, like it started like set dressing was just like this container that you would open and this liquid that you would pour on things. And that was your set dress. Like, why? Why, brain? This is what my quarantine brain has become. It's just like, you'll never be able to talk to humans again like a normal person. It's gone. We've lost it. It's all gone.
I have quarantine language now.
Don't worry. For my entire life, I had this thing where when someone says the word exhausted, I think of sausages.
Oh, that does make me feel better.
I feel like yours is a little less bad.
Yeah, but then like I love it because my ADH brain will then go like sausages, snossages, yum 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 yum. I'd get it myself, but I don't have thumbs. Like, why? Why did we do that? Why was that the mental connection that happened just now? We didn't need that. No one needed that. But that's what it did. It's like, I would give anything to remember where I parked when I went to the grocery store and I walked out of the building and I'm just like, nope, etch-a-sketched. It's been totally shaken and wiped from my brain and I have no idea where my car is. Yes, cat. I'm a kitty cat. And I dance. Yeah. Randall and I were talking about that recently, that was just a thing that popped into my head. And I was like, cat. I'm a kitty cat. I'm like, why? Why are you there?
Oh, don't worry. That's in my head like every other day.
But why? There's so many other things I would love to remember. Childhood memories. Anything.
I think I finished my Guinness.
I also want to see your art. I feel bad we haven't seen your art yet.
Let me get it all going. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm like working on shadows already.
Man.
I just do the share. This is on me.
You're good.
Yeah. I know how this works.
Heck yeah.
There we go.
Oh my gosh, look at them.
Oh, it's Bailey, Jameson, and Guinness.
Those are fantastic.
I love them so much. I want to go drinking with them.
I imagine they all have wonderful accents.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, those are the guys you just want to sit in the pub with and listen to them talk. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. I can't even pick a favorite. I love them all so much.
But it all started like all week I've been trying to figure out what alcoholic beverage I was going to draw. And then I remembered meeting Guinness the Bulldog at the Outer Banks. And I was super drunk because we went to a wine tasting. And I just like got down on the ground and like rolled around with this bulldog for like 10 minutes. And I have a picture of me with the bulldog. I'm like, this is it. I'm gonna make Guinness. Yep, Guinness and all of his friends.
Oh, he's great. I love it. Adele says it's cat. hat in French, cat, chapeau in French, el gato in a sombrero.
I know that one.
And then I think of marching band years when I played in the marching band and we had our field routines and we did El Gato Triste. Why the sad cat? I don't know, but that was a song that we played in marching band. And then Tango El Gato en los Pantalones, which not a useful thing, also not the correct like feminine to my actual words, but thing that I knew. Again, brain.
Ours was Kartoffelbun which is holy potato.
Then I get into the literally the Rammstein song where they sing in Spanish and it's "Ay, qué rico," and I'm just like, why? Why did we do that? Why did we sing as a German metal band in Spanish? Sure. Good.
Just make it a drinking game. Anytime someone speaks in a language that is not their native language, in a drinking game, if they say anything in English, you're taking a drink.
I was gonna say every time my brain skips because I was like, Sarah, I'd be dead.
If we're making this a drinking game, I need to get another Guinness.
Yes. I was gonna say, like, if you're good to keep working, I'm good to keep working because I've been working slow. I do have to take a bathroom break though because I have been drinking. So
you want me to wait for my?
I can go for like another half hour.
Half hour. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. But I do have to pop up. Yeah, if you want to go get another Guinness, Sarah, and then I will take a quick break. And
okay, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't an emergency because we could do this the other way around.
No, I'm good.
All right.
Season.
I don't know if I have a little face for my camera.
It might be the scary face when you pop
up. Find out.
Oh, nope, you're good. Let's see if we can give you a second. Yeah. And then you were left with me. I also realized I was like, no, it won't be that bad because I won't start drinking until noon. But then, we get on this chat early to test all of our technology, and then I started drinking early. So, but also, I very much enjoy the completely random nature in which we jumped topics. And chat, thank you for following along with us and all of our random topic jumping. You make it a lot more fun. Also makes me feel a lot less crazy when I'm not the only one doing it. I feel like I need to give her fancy heels, but sneak them in there. Also now, Randall, after you were talking about that, I'm having big rewatch Being Human vibes because, I loved that show. It was so much fun. I'm trying on the wrong layer. Sorry. But just merge them together. And I feel like, again, obviously it was a British show first before it became the American version, but I love the idea for Being Human because, again, as a child who grew up very much on Tumblr and all of that, like, it just feels like Tumblr was like, you know what you need? A ghost, a vampire, and a werewolf, and that's going to be our show. And I'm like, this is bonkers, but I'm totally here for it. Oh, yeah. I also want to watch Batman Beyond. Is there a location where Batman Beyond is currently streaming that you can actually watch it? Aside from owning the super amazing collector's set that was so pretty with the art book and everything.
I haven't looked for it in a while.
So I know that like DC streaming like folded their thing over. Yeah, now it's not. Okay. I wondered if it moved to HBO Max like everything else that was DC streaming. Gonna have to find somebody I know who has the HBOs.
Yeah, that's my housemate. So I'm like, I might need some access. You don't have to tell me the password. Just
log me
let
in.
me watch.
Especially like as they're about to go to bed, be like, hey, before you go, set me up. Get her gold heels. Oh, Jessie Beth says the Harley Quinn cartoon is amazing. I have heard good things. I am shamefully and woefully behind on all of that. And it looked so cool. I was super excited about it. I also don't know what Kite Man is.
I can't unhear Kaylee Coco.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Kaylee Coco, the Kaylee Coco show.
Well, especially because I want it to be Tara Strong.
Right.
I just, that's what I want. Okay. Creepy Kirby coming up again so I can drain the tank.
Oh, so that's what that is. Okay. Creepy Kirby. I don't know, maybe I need to draw something for my or leave it up to chat for whatever my little face thing can be when I leave.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Leaving it up to chat is scary though.
It sure is.
Trying to decide if I'm ready for that kind of unknown. Literally could be anything. If it's Bodie McBoatface though, I feel like I'm down for that. Not as good at doing art and also focusing on the chat as Emily is.
Yeah, no, I've been like super quiet, and I keep realizing it. I'm like, oh, I should like get into this conversation. And then I'm like,
so I do know who Kite Man is, and I only know who Kite Man is because of this great podcast called Myths and Legends that has a sister podcast called Fiction. Or is it Fictional? I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, but it's done by the same guy, and he does. I think it's weekly. He releases a podcast, and Myths and Legends was he would research a myth or legend and give it to you in common, like everyday language now. So he'll do like Arthurian, can't say it, King Arthur's legend as like, I did all this research. This is how it goes as I understand it as a normal human being. And then at the end of the week, he does like a monster of the week and explains like a weird cryptid. He did the same thing with Fictional. I think it's Fictional. I'll figure it out. Where he reads a fiction novel and breaks it down into like either an hour and a half to 3 hour chunk and explains the entire story of a fictional book. So like The Time Machine was one of the first ones he did. But at the end of each of those episodes, he would do an obscure comic book villain. And he did Kite Man. It's exactly who you think Kite Man should be, is this man. He also did Asbestos Woman.
oh my gosh.
Made a suit of asbestos so she could fight the Human Torch. And Marvel later had her obituary in one of the comics that said that she passed away. But she was passing asbestos so she could fight the Human Torch.
Oh, Marvel.
That was
also,
way
I just
before.
I came back and it says Ron Funches, and that just makes me happy. Oh. I liked so I remember like there's Calendar Man, but then there was also the like Calendar Killer that was on, I'm pretty sure, an episode of Batman the Animated Series where she had like, she was actually really pretty, but she only ever wore the mask because she had once been like a popular starlet and then thought that she was ugly and all of that. But again, like that's one of those like, I remember this, but I don't remember the specific episode. So also, as I've been drawing these ice cubes stacked behind them, all I can think of is like the crazy design of the Batman the Animated Series Iceberg Lounge, and that was me happy.
I have a T-Fury shirt that is like Iceberg Lounge, like it's a real place.
Wow, I love that.
I also have a Pittsburgh Penguins logo that is the penguin in like with a little hockey stick.
Yes, I have a friend. Oh, okay. Ron Funches is in the Harley Quinn show as King Shark. He's the hacker. Oh, all right, guys, you're selling me on this. I gotta find someone with HBO so I can.
I do enjoy King Shark.
But also, can we take a moment and say how good the DC animated? So, pause for one. There is an episode of Justice League Unlimited called Task Force X, which is literally the Suicide Squad, but it's just a throwaway episode that is phenomenal. But also the DC animated Suicide Squad movie, which is so good and so not for children. And I was like, if you could have just made that would have been amazing. It was so good. It was so good. Oh, Calendar Girl. Thank you, Jeff. Yes. I really liked her as a villain. I thought that was an interesting spin. But yeah, that Suicide Squad movie is so good. And it's got a lot of the same characters. Like, again, it's not PG. It is like PG-13 R-rated. And so good. So good. Those DC animated movies just consistently blow me away. I'm like, how are you?
It's so weird that they can't like get on the same page, right?
With their cinematic universe? Yes. Yeah. I was like, I'm sorry.
Because I mean, they've been doing the animated thing for years, just knocking it out of the park.
And consistently good, consistently well animated, well narrated, well done. And yeah.
What if they let Bruce Timm?
This is true.
Do a live action anything?
You're like, I'm sorry, Zack Snyder. We're going to have you step away for a second. We have someone else we'd very much like to feature.
Snyder Cut, that's like soon, right?
Yeah, very soon. I think.
Or has it already dropped? Is it soon?
My housemate would know.
Okay. I have to admit that's one where I just don't care.
I mean, I'm with you, but I figured I'd bring it up as long as we were talking DC.
Yeah, it's definitely soon, if not already. You know, and the sad part is, while there were parts of it that felt self-serving to his style, I didn't hate the Watchmen movie. There were parts of it was like, yeah, I roll all right. Like, I wish we had played Hallelujah right now, but, you know, mistakes were made. But, like, it wasn't terrible. But other stuff, I'm just like, I can't get excited about this. I just...
Like, if you watch Sucker Punch as, like, an hour and a half long music video, good shit. If you watch it as a movie, don't...
Yeah. That was one where I had somebody who was rarely, like, harshly opinionated about stuff say that it was literally the worst movie he'd ever seen. And, like, unfortunately, of course, in my brain, I'm like, well, now I need to watch it. And he's like, no, I won't even watch it as a gaffe. Like, it's just so bad. And I was like, I remember when the trailer came out and whoever produced the trailer did a great job because it looked like a video game. Like, it looked like a video game music video. And I was like, all right, that seems fun. It's got Oscar Isaacs in it. Like, this seems cool. No. Okay, so apparently the 18th, which is tomorrow when we're recording this, is the Snyder Cut drop. So very soon. Jenna Malone. What else has Jenna Malone been in, Del? Yeah, I mean, visually, like, it looked cool. It had, like, steampunk and samurai and weird and Stick from Daredevil, whose name, I can't remember it. He was also Bill from Kill Bill. What is that?
David Carradine.
Thank you. Who's ridiculously talented. Saved the Hunger Games. Okay. I haven't thought about Saved in a long time.
All right. Are all these lines closed? Please tell me they're all closed.
Everyone should save.
Thank you.
You raise a good point.
Oh, he wasn't Stick. Oh, don't say that. In Daredevil, the TV show, that wasn't him. I wasn't thinking of the Ben Affleck movie. I was thinking of the TV show. I thought that was him. Maybe not. I could absolutely be wrong.
David Carradine? No, he's he passed away a few years ago.
Who was the guy who played Stick? What am I thinking of then that he was in? That's fair. I'll let that one happen because I've literally consumed a bottle of champagne. So.
Speaking of Daredevil TV show and Idle Hands, the guy who played Penub was in the Daredevil show, and it made me happy that he's still doing stuff.
That is cool.
The friend that isn't a superhero. It's been a while since I watched that show.
Frogger or Froggy?
Froggy.
Frogger. Jesus.
Fine.
You're drinking a lot harder stuff than I am.
I just drank fast on not a lot of food.
Yeah, I had half of a pie. Maybe that's also a problem. I should finish my pie.
I will drink up the Guinness.
Scott Glenn, that's who I was thinking of. Which again, I should know because literally Hunt for Red October. But yes, why was I thinking David Carradine? Yeah.
Well, David Carradine is Bill in Kill Bill.
Okay. So, yep. Nope. We're just going to blame the champagne on that. I do know who Scott Glenn is. I also really enjoy him. Yeah, Del, I'm going to consistently go back to Hunt for Red October. I love that movie so much. I can quote it so much. And it's not one that a lot of people like know enough and well enough to quote. So it doesn't make any sense when I make those references. But
dropping those red hot October memes.
Those red hot Red October. Also, yeah, you want a really great soundtrack. The soundtrack to that is awesome. They sing in Russian. Carradine passed away in 2009, which was a lot longer ago than I want to admit.
Like everything after 2000 for me has just felt like one long year.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm like, that movie didn't come out that long ago. That's impossible. I just watched that.
I just saw that. Like, I went to the theater to see that. Oh, apparently I went to the theater to see that 15 years ago.
I had a similar conversation with someone about horror movies because I haven't really watched any since 2004, like any of the new ones. So I just assume they're all bad because new horror is bad, and I was sort of right but sort of wrong, and I'm trying to catch up and rectify this like giant hole in horror history that I have now. The Hatchet movies. Super entertaining, but they're terrible. But yeah, Kane Hodder is excellent. He actually acts in it because he plays the slasher and the slasher's father. Yep. Kane Hodder.
I don't know who that is.
He's
stunt coordinator. And
played like Jason the most Voorhees. Famous Jason Voorhees.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That makes sense why I would not know that.
But he's like a great human being who also plays like the worst human beings.
You know what's crazy is a lot of the like horror slashers that we're like, oh yeah, they were like the big fear of your childhood are like the greatest, nicest people.
Yeah.
Robert Englund, like I would hug that man.
Yeah, the dude that played Leatherface was like super sweet.
Oh. Oh my gosh, that's really funny. Oh, so Soapbox Clot says, I don't much care for modern horror, but Hereditary was insane.
Oh, I keep hearing that's really good.
I held off on watching it, but Toni Collette is in it. So even if you're like, I don't know, she's excellent in everything.
She really is.
I was painting minis at the time while watching it, and I'm glad because there were some parts of that movie where I probably would have actually closed my eyes. So I was like half watching, like with the TV and then the minis. So the parts that I would have looked away, I actually semi-watched, and I'm glad. But there were parts that like I just went in that movie. I'm gonna warn anyone, not gonna spoil anything.
No, that's a super no from me.
But yeah, I'm glad I didn't watch that one alone.
Oh, it's not random. Well, no. Wow. Let me start again. It is random. It is only somewhat relevant. It is tangentially relevant. But I was thinking about how I still really need to watch Fido.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The zombie one? Because I remember you in college telling me about it, Sarah, and I'm just like, I think I could actually watch this one. So for those of you watching at home, very, very fun. So Sarah established the zombie movie club that we used to have in college, which I don't remember the name of now.
The Anti-Zombie Association, the AZA.
There you go.
We're learning how to defend ourselves from zombies.
Exactly, where we would get together and watch zombie movies. And to anyone who has now known me or spent time with me, they're like, wait, you were part of the zombie movie watching club? And I was like, I would also like to mention that she literally put us in one of the very comfortable rooms, turned off all the lights, and put on a movie. And so I slept through a lot of zombie movies because it was on like a Friday night. And I was just like, I am exhausted. Yeah, so I remember some of them. I remember waking up to the Italian one where the zombie fights the shark.
Yes.
Lucio Fulci. That's one of my favorites.
Also, Jessie Betts, big shout out to Warm Bodies. I have read the book and watched the movie, and I love them both. Those are phenomenal. So yeah. Oh, yes. So going back a little bit in chat, Dell says Robert Englund told Mark Hamill about the Star Wars auditions. So that's kind of fun.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. So as far as Hereditary goes, it's horror done in art film style, and it says the cinematography is just incredible. That's very cool. And Dell also says Kevin Smith's forays into horror are particularly disturbing to her. I have wanted to watch Red State. I really, really want to watch it. And I remember like I was psyching myself up.
You'd probably be able to watch Red State.
And then like the person I was with is like, no, you're going to get scared. And then we didn't watch it. I legit never watched it. But I was like, I think I can handle that one. I also like cults fascinate me. And I'm good at that. So like that part of it, like I think I could do.
Yeah, it's more of a thriller. But yeah, Kevin Smith's horror movies are they're fun. You wouldn't expect it, but I do enjoy them. They're crazy.
Yeah. Well, he also, I feel like again, because you're not, it's not necessarily cop out where you're getting Bruce Willis level stuff. Like you're getting people who are really passionate about the project and bringing really talented people together to make a really good movie. That's, yeah. Also, Jessie Betts, as you've mentioned, John Malkovich, I was super creeped out by the movie being John Malkovich. That one unsettles me. That's just a weird movie. Yeah, I have not watched Tusk. Yeah, no, I've not watched Lobster. But now I will admit to something totally weird that doesn't make any sense. I've legit never read any Stephen King, but one of the authors I love so much is Joe Hill, and I will read all of his books. He's one, a horror writer, and two, Stephen King's son.
Yep.
And I'm just like, this is incredible. I love this stuff so much, and it makes no sense. So if you can get me recommendations of horror that align with Lock and Key and The Fireman and Nosferatu and Heart-Shaped Box, then that I will give a shot to, because that's what I can handle.
Did you watch the Mr. Mercedes adaptation that they did on TV a couple of years ago?
I didn't, but I want to.
It's good.
I really want to see it.
They also did In the Tall Grass on Netflix a couple of years ago.
Yeah. I picked up all the issues of The Cape, but it was also illustrated by Zach Howard, whom I adore as far as an artist. So yeah, it's great. Oh yeah, no, I couldn't tell you which Ashmore twin was. I was like, is this the Iceman one or the other one? Also, which one was in Animorphs? I can never remember, but whichever one it was really good. I just recently finished watching the Lock and Key show. Yeah, I was it surprised me. It was unexpected. I appreciate the differences that they took, but I got to the end of the first season and I was like, ooh, I don't know how I feel. So it's good. Like, honestly, top to bottom, the visuals are great. The way that they do the keys are great. I am so happy that they didn't just do, when it comes to comic books and comic book adaptations, I don't want a shot-for-shot remake. I don't. It doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? It's a totally different medium. You have different options. Play to your strengths. You're in a visual medium, play to the visual medium. There are things you can do with live action that you can't do on the comic book page, so do it. So, but it was like, ooh, okay. Also, kudos, and I don't know the actress's name. The actress who played the mom in it is the most beautiful disaster of a human, and it's perfect. I'm like, you played that perfect, because she is a disaster in the books, and you capitalized on it, and you did such a great job. Oh, it's so good.
Maybe I'll break down and watch it, because, I mean, I love that comic series so much that I have a tattoo.
Ah, yeah. I don't think I knew you had that tattoo. That's fantastic.
My friend Steph did it. He also did my Alice in Wonderland tattoo, which is...
Ooh. Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah. Can't wait till pandemic is over and I can get more tattoos. If she stopped because of pandemic.
Yeah, I get it.
Depressing. But
yeah.
If you're in Pittsburgh and in a year from now,
so
I set up with a tattoo artist.
I keep getting closer to it. I noodle around with ideas for it, but I also realize that nope, everybody I've ever talked to, once you get that first one, you're like, now I want more. So I have to I'm mentally trying to plan that. But yeah, it pops up. It definitely. This is good to know. So jumping back to the Ashmore twins, apparently both of them were in Animorphs, so that makes me happy. And Jesse Betts was saying he was cast, and they were like, wait, you have a twin? Free special effects. Heck yeah. Also, hello, Forging Wheaton. Happy St. Patrick's Day. We are drinking and drawing. And Jesse Betts also mentions Umbrella Academy. Yes, and I think Umbrella Academy did a great job with telling a compelling and engaging story that was clearly influenced by the comics, but was not a shot-for-shot remake. And season 1 of Umbrella Academy is dope. Also, I have, this is such a weird flex, but I have such a soft spot for Cameron Britton because I fell in love with him because he literally played, this is terrible, the serial killer and really bad dude, Edmund Kemper in Mindhunter. And he does such an incredible job with that. So seeing him show up as Hazel on Umbrella Academy, I'm like, You're so talented. And it's so fun when you're kind of not playing a serial killer, but a little bit. Just in a different way. Oh, yeah. No, I get feels. I get Cameron Bitten feels. Oh, so Bean, you have tattoos? Or do you have two that you want to get? Yeah, Del, I feel like all the tattoo artists are eagerly waiting to be able to open back up. Jessie Bett says, I do not want more tattoos. Apparently my pain response is manic laughter. No part of that is surprising to me. And the tattoo artist gave us a discount because I was one of the strangest tattoo sittings he'd ever had. Aww. And Dell also says, I can't wait until Sandman pics start leaking. Yes, Neil drops little tidbits on Twitter, and I'm just like, I can't. I'm so excited.
What was that noise, Emily? One more time?
I don't know if I can do that again. Oh, yeah. Also, how much do I want to be able to go back and re-record the audio and the dialogue from our production project now that I'm a little bit more confident in my voice acting? It's fine. It's only been 15 years. Maybe I'll let it go.
Maybe that's our next big project is
remaking a Sunda Down Under.
Yeah, reboot.
I feel like we could do a pretty decent motion comic of it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, like, I did end up finding my DVD of it a few years ago and like rewatch it, and I was just like, oh my god, this is so bad. It's not bad. It is very much of like, I just spent 3 years learning how to do this. So, and we worked our asses off. But yeah, Emily voice acted in it, and Emily is not good at voice acting and was really not good at it then. Yes, thank you, Randall. Have you seen my Bonnie? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I forgot that you did Georgie. I was like, yeah, you did the mom's voice. No, you also did Georgie.
I also did Georgie. And I was like, we thought it was such a good idea. Like, why don't we do British accents? Does Emily voice act in a British accent? Super doesn't. Super. Also, really uncomfortable in front of the microphone. It's fine. Yeah. So now I would go back and I would practice and get better at it before I did it again. But when it came to actually recording audio, I think I had the highest pitched voice. So it made the most sense for our very young little boy character. So yeah.
The best part about that was going to the zoo.
That was the best.
And I'm drawing animals and Emily's like, I need to draw the children.
Yeah, so folks at home, so Sarah and I were in the same production class and pre-production class for college. So during that, you actually produce your own little animated short. And we did one about a 3-person family traveling to Australia and having an adventure. And the little boy loses his toy bunny and has to go on a whole adventure to find that. And so, again, it was an excuse for us to go to the zoo. And the 2 other people I was working with on the project, Sarah included, and another woman named Sarah, were handling a lot of the backgrounds and the animals. But I was handling a lot of the character animation. And so that meant that when the 3 of us went to the zoo, I was sitting and drawing all the little kids who were at the zoo. And I'm like, okay, guys, if I get arrested and taken away, please bail me out, because I'm trying to draw little kids at the zoo, and it's just, I'm like, oh my god, it's not weird. I just need you for like photo reference because you're kids, and this is the only place I can draw kids. And I'm like, this is so terrible. I'm gonna go to jail. They're gonna lock me up forever, and I'm never gonna graduate. Yeah, and I'm like, and I'm trying to like quick sketch stuff because the most amazing thing was we were in the aquarium part, and you would have the little children girls come up, and they would very delicately approach like the fish tank, and they would kind of look at it and inspect it, and it was quite cute. Little boys, nope, no holds barred, would run full force, smack their face right into the screen, be like, look, it's Nemo, which was amazing. And so those were the ones I was drawing, and I vividly remember it because I was so stressed that day. There were a family that had twin boys that we were kind of following around, and I was sketching them because, again, I was like, it's a 2-for-1. I could just follow one family and be super creepy and draw both of their children. Everything is fine. I'm not stressed at all. So yeah, that was my day at the zoo, which was, I think, like, we got home and Sarah's like, I'm so excited. I'm just like, I'm so stressed. I'm so exhausted. I was like, if anyone ever looks at my digital camera and pulls out the SD card, they're going to see all these pictures of little kids at the zoo. And I'm just like, oh my God, it's fine. Yep. I think I threw away that SD card because I was so stressed about it. Like, I took off of it, like, drew my reference, and I was just like, I'm throwing this away because I don't even trust, like, deleting it. Like, I'm just so stressed about it. And this creepy woman is following our kids around the zoo.
And now you're thinking, oh man, what if I had all that reference of those children?
Right? It was so good. It was so good, and I'm such a better drawer now. It's fine. Oh, it's fine. Yes. So, Bean, you are absolutely right. At the time, I had not become a Doctor Who fan yet. So I was not aware of the, are you my mommy? But it would have been literally the most perfect reference for, have you seen my bunny? That I did during that time. Oh, this one. Yeah, I was going to say, bunny. Josie Beth, from my experience, the desire to redo my graduation project has not gone away. Yeah, no, there are times where I'm just like, oh, I'd be so much better at it now. I mean, so funny thing, Randy, my housemate had not seen The Mummy, so I just recently rewatched it. CGI wise, yeah, a little bit of its time. Still a great movie. Absolutely holds up. Super fun.
Brendan Fraser.
Yeah. Oh, like literally peak Brendan Fraser at the best. Yeah. Yes, Jesse Betts, I did need I'm an art student on my shirt because, dear Lord, I'm so happy I didn't get arrested.
Well,
yes.
I'm gonna have to wrap my end up because I have to go to work.
All right. Well, let's show and
Sex
tell.
on the beach.
Heck yes. Oh, the sunglasses are dope.
There's the drink.
Nope, I like it.
You have a theme here with colors too between your two drawings.
Yes. I love that, like, red, orange, yellow. It is one of my favorite color schemes to work with. Oh, no, that looks awesome. All right. Well, before you head out, let people know where they can find you and where they can follow you. And hey, I meant to ask, are your commissions open right now?
Commissions are open.
All right.
Just hit me up. I don't really have a commission board posted at the moment. Did say earlier in the show that I am rebranding, but you can find me there. That's my Insta. That's where I'll be posting all my art. I'm also on Twitter. That's just at @JSchichtel. And you can find me Thursday morning streaming with my friend Hunter. We are on Twitch at Slaying Dragons in the AM, and you can rewatch our old episodes at Slaying Dragons in the Morning on YouTube.
Heck yeah.
That's tomorrow, right?
Yep.
On tomorrow.
I got morning streams 2 days in a row.
You're a madman. But yeah, definitely follow Joey. His stuff is super, super fun. Hit him up for commissions if you're looking for stuff. Also, he is not the artist who will take a month and a half to get your stuff done. He'll actually get it done on time and like turn it around really fast, which is super cool. So thank you so much for hanging out. It was awesome having you here. Yeah, Sarah, where can people find you?
There you have it. That's my Tumblr. My website is sarahwilldesign.com because that's my name, Sarah Will. I can't get away from the puns. I can't do it.
I mean, that's really good. Like, I wish my middle name was Jonathan so I could be like a JoJo. Just to have that.
Although I want you to know that as I was typing in your thing, and I don't actually know your name, but I was going to type one of them, and it was J.M. Schichtel, and I was like, Joey Marie Schichtel. I'm like, that's probably not it.
Sure isn't.
That's not how that works. So, yep.
It is now. Everyone will forever know you.
Yep. That's
Joey
right.
Marie.
I mean, it
Up in the
rolls the
chat.
tongue really nicely.
Get it trending.
Oh, hey man, if it gets you work, I am here for it. But yeah, now is Sarah, so the board game you were working on, does that end up being for like public consumption, or is that very much like internal?
Well, if we get the grant, it will be for everyone. The grant is to design a game to help people know that vaccines are good. Don't be hesitant about getting a vaccine. Herd immunity. But I'm hoping that because we made a game that got a Serious Play Award, that getting a grant won't be hard.
Heck yeah.
So, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah. No, once that comes through and we've got that, definitely we will shout that out. Because that's dope. And get your vaccines, everybody.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm gonna show this up just real quick one more time because it's just so goddamn cute. Yeah, no, Bean, you are absolutely right, and I owe you commissions. Speaking as a really bad artist who doesn't get her shit done on time.
So what does it sound like? You have to do the voice.
Oh, Chris, that was way cuter than I thought it was gonna be. Well done. I love it so much. I just love it. Oh, it's so good. But yeah,
I
definitely
see it angry, like doing a move, like
Me. do the old Game Boy, the Game Boy calls that are like just.
Here for it. Here for all of that. That is awesome. So thank you both of you. Thank you for coming, hanging out. This is a super fun Doodle Crew. And hey, we got to day drink, which I'm here for. If you want to support art from the Doodle Crew, definitely follow us across the internet at Doodle Crew Draws, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The amazing Mayor Squish gets our artwork up there and posts it. So if you want to see us, if you want to know more about any of the artists, also head over to our link tree where you can find links to these amazing people and their amazing art that they are making. And if you like their art, absolutely hit them up, whether they are open for commissions or not. Like, hit them up, let them know that you like their stuff. And like Joey, they might also be open for commissions so you can get stuff done, which is dope. Yes, which is awesome. If you would like to follow me, I am at a swan named Emily. Obviously, if you're here, you're following my page, but follow me. I have Friday afternoons where I do my regular art streams, Doodle Crew streams on this channel. I am also part of In Addition Podcast, which you can find at anchor.fm/almostdailypod. There are two podcasts that exist in that same Anchor stream. So if you have that on your podcatcher, if you see any that pop up as In Addition, that is Steph and I. Steph and I are also going to be live this Sunday at 2 p.m. doing another Sketching Shakespeare. So Stephanie brings a prose piece from Shakespeare and throws it at me, and then I draw a comic based on that piece that she brings me. So you can watch us do that, but pretty much find me across the internet at a swan named Emily. If you are interested, if you weren't able to catch this stream live, let your friends know that all of the Doodle Crew episodes end up over at my YouTube channel, which once I reach 100 subscribers will be renamed to a swan named Emily, but I am at 19 right now. So I have not been able to rename that yet, but yes. And if you, again, ever have any questions about any of the artists, any of the people, hit us up, let us know. If you have prompts or suggestions of art you'd like to see the Doodle Crew tackle, let us know, and we'll add that in. We've got some really cool stuff. Honestly, this topic that we did today of alcoholic drinks as characters was a suggestion from chat, so definitely let us know. Thank you, everyone who hung out with us today. This was awesome. We super appreciate you guys. And coming up again in 10 days from now, on the 27th, will be the next Doodle Crew. That will be another Saturday morning cartoons. And hey, guess what? Joey will be back. Heck yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
It is. I'm very excited for Saturday morning cartoons. That is one of our favorites. So definitely, yeah, throw me a follow so you know when we go live. hit that notification button so that you know when we're going live, but it should be around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 27th of March. And you know what? Everyone at home, have a great rest of your day and drink some water, and I'm going to do the same. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.